Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are doing, let's see who I have next up on the chopping block. One sec, pulling them up. I think it is Basil from, let's see, we did that. Yes, Basil from The Great Mouse Detective. I'm doing two requests in this one, which is his basically what he would be basically as a Yandere, and then what he would be like as a Yandere with a pregnant darling, and I might do a scenario at the end. Who knows? Let's do this. Anyways, first the disclaimer. Disclaimer, this is just for fun and not to be taken seriously. Basil is not Yandere canon, and it is fine to simp for him and other fictional characters as long as it is fiction and such. Simp for a sentient fictional character and fictional Yanderes is fine as long as you separate fiction from reality. Obviously, sentient mice would not be a good partner if that was a thing in real life, but simping for them from a movie when you know that you want to do this in real life with real mice or rats is fine. Just remember fiction from reality, obviously. Also, yanderes are not a good ideal partners to have either. In this, I am picturing the reader as a mouse as well as Basil from The Great Mouse Detective, so they're both mice. So let's do this. Anyways, and here we go. He is a very brilliant man who is also very plucky, and refuses to back down from anything that he desires to achieve, such as finally catching Ratigan and wooing you to be his. He is somewhat of a lack of all. Sorry, I read L, the J as an L. He is somewhat of a jack of all trades, being good at various topics and somewhat good at disguises. He is also very charming, though he can be a bit stubborn on certain things. Also, among his stubborn side, he can also be very moody and when he does not get his way, almost being a kind of a brat when he does not to get to go on dates with you, or when a rival gets more of your attention than he does, and he does not, obviously. If a rival were to harm you, he is not afraid to go toe to toe with them. He is very much. He is very much has the he very much has the physical capability, so he would be able to fight for your honor. He, though he does think he is way better than most of your yonder. He's a little bit arrogant in the sense of that, and thinks you and he are. Ugh. Sorry, I keep trying to read ahead in my mind before I actually read the sentence, so I apologize greatly. Okay, where were we? Fight for your honor. And thinks you are clueless to how you really feel. That you're clueless to how you feel really for him. Basically, you're clueless to your feelings for him. Oh, God, I butchered that sentence. As he would say, he is the perfect and most logical choice to be with you. So, why would you waste your time on rivals that are not really as good as him? He does not understand how or why you would want that. He analyzes the ways he could make you his. He has to be perfect. He has to make it perfect so that he can make you love him and him alone. Though he does not get sucked up, but though he does get sucked up in his work a lot. I am sorry, I keep butchering these sentences. He does not forget to check on you and spend at least. He does not forget to check on you and spend at least a little time with you each day, as he craves your company and companionship, though sometimes he gets sucked into his work and forgets to take care of himself as much. He is the type of yandere to try and isolate you, but not to an extreme level, of course. He just needs to isolate you a tiny bit so that rivals are out of the picture and that he has the chance to woo you properly. He deals with rivals by trying to blackmail them first to leave you alone. If that does not work, he will threaten them with exposure. If that does not work, he is willing to even threaten their lives, though it is unlikely he would actually kill them. just trying to scare them enough to leave you alone. Confesses his feelings to you, first wooing you, and he knows at first by wooing you enough so he knows that you were more likely to accept his love. If you accept his love, he is beyond overjoyed and knows were the one for him. He would quickly he would quickly have you moved into his home, and you would start a life together right away. If you did not accept his love, well, he is shocked. Where did he go wrong? Did he plan he planned for everything perfectly, didn't he? Did he miscalculate? Did he miss arrival? What was it? Whatever it may be, he will find where it went wrong, and he will correct it. He will make this right, and you will be his. That is that. Okay, this is where we are doing where the first one is done, and we are going to be doing the traits for if you were a pregnant listener for him. So you are now going to be referred to the pregnant listener, which, yes, men can get pregnant as well. If you do not like that, please block me so I don't have to deal with that, because men can get pregnant if they choose to. Men and women can get pregnant. Non-binary people can get pregnant if they choose to and have the body parts for it. Whatever function you have, you still can carry a child, and your identity does not deflect on just having a uterus, because I have a uterus and I have difficulty having kids. Honestly, I physically can't go to term, and yeah, that doesn't make me any less of a woman, but it also doesn't make men less of a man if they carry a child. So I'm not going to get into it anymore, but just if you have different views of this, please leave. This is not the channel for you, because this is inclusives of everyone except for people like Maps. No, they can just go frick off. Yeah, and people who are animals. And just people who are negative and hurt people in general. Don't just be a pleasant person. Jesus. Anyways, inclusive of everyone and be just a decent person. Yeah. And don't hurt anyone, basically. Sorry, I'm getting a little flustered. Okay. So he was shocked when he found out you were pregnant, passing out right there on the floor. He came to you. He came to you with worry. He came to like he came awake. That's why I was confused. I was reading it wrong. He came to with you worrying over him. He is happy, he is happy, but this is not something he planned for quite yet. Children were supposed to wait for later. Though he is giddy and happy at the idea of you, if he had made a child with you and your love, an adult fun time. This is just shows him that the world more. I'm sorry I butchered these lines. My heart. This just shows him and the world more that you are his and his alone. He will be doting he will be in a doting baby daddy mood, of course. You cannot carry the lightest of things because he is worried you will get hurt and that you will not be okay. He does almost everything for you, being very smothering. He is also monitoring your health like crazy. Are you eating enough? Are you eating too little? Are you resting enough? And so on. He may have to snap. You may have to snap. You may have to snap at him, and that you are fine, and that it is normal for people carrying children to do things that you are doing during pregnancy. That he needs to give you space, and that you need to breathe from him smothering you. It will take a lot to give for him to give you space, but it will be worth it in the end. Though if you go out with it without him, his Yandere side shows where he is following you, aka stalking you, just to make sure that he knows where you're going and that you are safe. But he is not creepy for doing this, he would say, or anything like that. He says while he is not creepy for doing this, of course, he says while he is in a bush, watching you while you chat up with a friend. He becomes even more paranoid and worried someone will hurt you. He cannot let that happen. He will be forever vigilant with you. Also, he will be the one to read in a lot of material on how to take care of a child and be a good father. He would take fatherhood very seriously after all. Okay. Oh, that God. That was a hot mess, honestly. Let's be honest. That was a hot mess. Anyways, I'm not going to do a scenario right now. I may do one in the future. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. And if you would like to see more Yandere stuff I will have a playlist at the end. Do not request anything right now and such because I'm trying to get through the backlog. Both of these were in the backlog, so I just put them together. So it would make sense to put it in the same video as well because they were the same character. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. And if you would like to see more, check the playlist out, and I will have a Disney possible playlist of Disney characters I've done Yandere. Who knows? Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed and stay sexy. All my sexy muffins. Bye bye.